Hey there everyone, welcome back to Press for Truth TV. Today is Tuesday, February the 28th, 2012. And sure does seem that this robocall scandal is not about to fade away anytime soon, because there's a lot of new evidence coming out that is showing the true scope of this thing and proving that this couldn't have been just the work of some rogue conservative who pulled off this massive electoral fraud black op, if you want to call it that. New evidence is coming out and people are beginning to speak out and point out how they were used as pawns in this scam without even knowing that they were being used. Here's an article came out today from the National Post. I'll just show you here. A slew of former employees at a call center in Thunder Bay, Ontario, revealed on Monday that they were using a script to make live calls on behalf of the Conservative Party that contained erroneous information about voting locations. We would call these voters, and they would say, "We went there, and that's not a real place," said a woman who worked for Responsive Marketing Group, Inc. as a call operator, and asked not to be named. The whole call center noticed it was happening. "We called the RCMP," she said. "We actually also told our supervisors about it. But no action was taken at the call center, and the employees were told to stick to the script," the woman said. So clearly, the Tories have engaged in this massive fraud taking place in regards to the election, and it's clearly not the work of just one rogue conservative, as some will try to have you believe that this is all the result, the mastermind of this young conservative staffer in Guelph. This new evidence suggests that this thing is much larger than that. So the question remains that did the calls actually affect the outcome of the federal election? And here, in a recent poll from the CBC, I'll just show you here. This is a poll today. Did the robocalls affect the federal election results? And here are the results of the poll. 80% say yes. 80% of the people polled believe that yes, this did indeed affect the outcome of the federal election. So now obviously the NDP and the Liberals are calling for by-elections in the ridings that were affected by the scandal. And just yesterday in the House of Commons, here's what Stephen Harper had to say about that. I'll show you here from the Globe and Mail. Harper ignores opposition calls for by-elections in ridings hit by robocalls. Prime Minister Stephen Harper brushed off accusations of electoral fraud in the Commons Monday and rejected opposition calls to hold by-elections in affected ridings. So that's obviously ridiculous. He's just brushing it all off and rejecting these calls for by-elections in the affected ridings. But the point of today's video, and what I wanted to bring to your attention, is something that I've discovered. I've been doing some research, been doing some digging, and I have found here on Election Canada's website the fact that we don't have to sit around and wait for the NDP and the Liberals to debate this issue with the Conservatives to find out if there's a need for by-elections or not. We actually have the ability to take this matter into our own hands. Check this out. Here, from Elections Canada, you'll see Elections Canada, elections.ca. Under Part 20, Section 524, Contested Elections. Any elector who is eligible to vote in an electoral district, and any candidate in the electoral district may, by application to a competent court, contest the election in that electoral district on the grounds that under Section 65, the election candidate was not eligible to be a candidate, or there were irregularities, fraud, or corrupt or illegal practices that affected the result of the election. So there you have it. According to Elections Canada, you do have the ability to take this matter into your own hands. So if you were affected by this scandal, if you received one of these calls, or if you were in one of these ridings that were affected by the scandal, or you know somebody who was and wants to get down to the bottom of this, I wanted to let people know that they have this option, because I don't think a lot of people are aware of this option right now. So rather than waiting for the government to fix this problem for us and have this ongoing debate about how this should be dealt with, we actually have the ability to take the matter into our own hands right now, today. So I'll put a link in the description to this, which will give you, show you how you can do it and what the process is. But certainly if you were affected by this and you want to have your voice heard, rather than sitting around and waiting for the government to do something about it, as I have discovered today, we fully have the power within our own hands to take it upon ourselves to deal with this situation directly. So again, I just wanted to bring that to your attention. It's an option that Canadians need to know they have, and I will put a link to that in the description so you could find out more about how to do that if that's the route you want to take. And that's it for today, guys. Thanks again for listening, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Take care.